All right, there's a presentation up there from last year. This is very similar. We're going to walk through it a little bit, not in great detail. I tell you how to run it. This presentation was actually made by Caleb Glave years ago, and it's actually very decent. Now, for this project this year, I want you to use Kali. Okay? Now, you all have a machine. I'm going to bring my machine up. Okay. But before we get there, I'm going to show you a portion of your project for this year. Okay. Something brand new we were playing with. Okay? Basically, to understand how to use John the Ripper. And also another cool tool called Cool. Okay? C-E-W-L. Okay? You have to verify the complexity of passwords, so on and so forth. First of all, you guys need to generate a word list. Okay? All right. So, and here's how to use Cool. There's instructions there. You can literally just click on the link, and it's going to show you how to use it. It's a very simple tool. I'm going to, once again, show you the exact command to use. Okay? There's the exact instructions. Okay? Now, here is the exact command you need. Okay? I'm going to bring up my Kali machine, which is this one, and I'm going to somehow get them both on the same screen at the same time. Maybe. Okay. Do y'all know what the password is for Kali?
Yeah, great.
Are you sure? All right, so I happen to have mine already done. Okay. There it is. All right, I'm going to type in these commands somehow. Again, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Okay, there it is. No, I need the command at the top. Okay, I'm going to type CEWL. Now, it'll come up and basically say, okay, you really didn't tell me anything to do. Now, if you're not sure, you can always type -- help. Will H work? Yeah, H works as well. Now I'm going to clear my screen so we can see what I'm typing. So I'm going to type CEWL, dash that depth, and I'll explain all these, www.vocab. Very important you spell everything correctly. Roy didn't, it didn't work. Alright, let me explain what this command is doing. I did explain this entire command right there. There's the entire explanation. But CEWL is the program, cool, we're running. -- depth means we're going to connect to this website and we're going to scrape or copy every word off of this website for a certain depth. 0 depth means just the website itself. We're not following any links. Literally, whatever's on that page is what we're getting. Depth of 1 means we're going to get whatever's on the main page and click on the links one time each. So if there's 50 links, we're going to click on each link and copy that page, but we're not going to click on subsequent links. You understand depth? So 1 means the main page and click on each link on the main page one time only and get all those pages. Okay? Then where are we going to get it from? We're getting it from vocabula.com/VRBestWords. The ASP is just the page we picked. We needed something that has good words on it, so that's a good one. Then -W means output it to a file. I'm going to call mine wordless2.txt because I already have wordless1. But we're going to call it wordless2.txt. All right? -V, verbose. That's not in the instructions on that one. But verbose means we're going to see what it's doing. The problem, see, most Linux tools allow verbose mode, which means show us what you're doing. Without that, you don't really know what it's doing. You're like, is it doing anything? Okay? -M is the minimum password length. If you leave it off, it defaults to 3, which means every word on its website that has 3 characters or more, it will scrape off. Well, we looked at it and we figured 6 is about right after doing it 40 times. So we came up with 6. So I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to run, and it's going to start actually showing you all the words it's getting. This is actually the website. If you're not getting this, that means you typed something wrong. I literally typed the exact command I showed you. Do you agree with that? It's exact. Okay? You'll see, now it's getting MP3s. Obviously, it's not getting a lot from the MP3s. Now, there's actually some switches which we were playing with. You can actually tell it to scrape email addresses. Works very nice. So you can tell it just get email addresses, save them to a file. Literally, you can specify a website, get every email address right off that website within minutes. So we did it. We tried it on Roach State. It works fine. So all right, we're done. Okay. Now, what it did was it scraped this website and stored it in this wordless2.txt. Okay. Now, here I can do ls. You'll see it created wordless2.txt. I was playing with this while there's some other words in there. Now I can type cat, which means send it to the screen. And there it is. There's our word list. Quite a few words in it. There's about 7,600 or so words. And I told you that in your instructions. I basically says, if you run the link above, you should get about 7,608. I think it's actually 7,607. But it's close, yes.
You can test it by piping it into WC-L. And it'll tell you exactly how many.
Oh, for how many words there are? Okay. And there's actually another easier way, which we're going to do if you want to see it. You can actually just go over here to your home and find it. It's right there. Word list 2. And there's the word list. And you can literally just scroll to the bottom. Well, my screen's not big enough. But if you could click on it and it would tell you the length, how many words at the bottom. Okay. All right. So there is the word list. It's... Well, I wish my screen was bigger here, but I can't make this a little. Can I shrink you? There we go. 7,368. No, there. How many did I say? I'm not quite at the bottom.
7608.
It's technically 76. Oh, it is 7608. Perfect. So now. For the sake of my demo here tonight, I'm only going to use a couple of these words. Okay? So what I did was I created a copy of it right here that's literally just that many words. I just wanted to work with just a couple of them so it doesn't have to scroll by so much. Everybody okay with that? Okay. So we have a word list that's literally just short. Yours should have 7,600 in it. If you do the exact commands like I did, it will literally save it right there for you. Now, going back to our presentation, what John does is called John the Ripper. Now, if you were to install John on your computer, you can. You can get it from openworld.org. It runs perfectly on Windows. So you can do this entire project on Windows. No problem. There's even a version that works on Linux and Mac. So you can do it on any platform. It's pre-installed in Kali. That's why I don't want anyone to tell me I couldn't get it to install. No, it's already there. Okay? And it's updated, which is nice. You don't have to worry about updating it. So it's and say I have a link for Backtrack 4, but we're not using it anymore. The way the command works is obviously John's the file name. Okay, and I tell you all this in the PDF as well. I give you the exact command for it, and I even tell you what every option's for. Actually, let me go through this. Can y'all see that? Okay. Let me zoom in just a little, make sure everybody can see it. Okay. So the commands we're going to be using is John. Actually, there's a space here. You can't see it when it formatted, but it's John space -- word list. In other words, where is the word list? The word list in this case is stored in wordlist.txt. That's your dictionary file. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it dictionary.txt. You can call it my words. I don't care what you call it. That's the file that you created when you used cool. Okay? Everybody okay on that part? The whole word list? Now, -- rules, now you got all these instructions right here. -- rules specialize which rules to use. You can specify inside of John different rule sets. We are going to be using wordless mode, which is the default rule set. So you literally just say -- rules. Done. If you want to specify a different one, just type equals and a different rule set. Okay? Now, std out, oh, I forgot the dashes in there. There should be -- std out, and that'll output it to the screen. Or you specify the password hash file. I'm going to show you both ways. Okay? So I'm going to go back in there to Kali, which is on this one. And I'm going to go to my terminal. Do I have terminal open? Okay. Now, I'm going to type John. I have it in here. I already typed it earlier, so I'm going to type it again. That's the exact command I showed you. John -- word list equals wordlist.txt. That is the file that I downloaded from Cool. This is the shortened version. Then -- rules means wordless mode. then I'm going to do dash dash std out. What that is going to do is process my word list, which is my dictionary, with the rules, which we haven't shown you yet. We're going to look at the rules, and output it to the stream. Okay? So it's not going to do any password breaking. It's literally taking the dictionary and manipulating the words. Now, if I hit enter, what it did was, does anyone see a difference between what's up here and what's down here?
A dollar sign?
Okay, so it looks like all the S's are now dollar signs. Do you agree with that? Okay, so my rule told it every time you find an S, place it with a dollar sign. Okay, let me bring up my rule file here. Now, in John the Ripper, your rule file is actually stored in the etc. John directory. Just go to etc. Type John, and you see the folder, John, and there's your configuration file. Okay, now, yours is not going to jump right to the right area. This is like line 600. At line 612, you're going to find this entry. Well, what if I didn't know it was at line 612? Click somewhere, and click on this, and click Find. Type in word list. There's 17 of them. Keep going down until it says word list. You'll see it. I'll show you where to stop. You'll know when to stop. Okay, we're getting close. 12, 13. Right there. There's word list mode rules. See that? That's where you want to do it. Now, here's my rules. The first rule I said, substitute S with a dollar sign. Everybody see how that works? We'll talk more about rules in a second. But yours, in the past, I've always edited this file. I did not edit this time. I don't care if you use it the way it comes. But the way it comes is, see all these things here? It says try words as they are. What's happened is that's commented out, that's commented out. I mean, the pound means it's not going to do it. Yours are not going to be commented out. So yours is going to try a lot of stuff. You'll probably break a lot of passwords without doing anything. I just didn't want to do that for the demo because I want you to see the different rules. So the way yours comes, well, literally you adding no rules, I can guarantee you positively it will break some. Probably about half, which is good news. But I just want you to see how to do it so as you know the rules, okay? So I'm commenting those back out because I want you to see what the individual rules do, okay? I'm going to save it. Now, let me try a different substitution real quick. Oh, and let me try running it. Now, we saw what that does. It replaces the S with dollar signs. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do, how about the A with an at? So replace or substitute an A with an at sign. Go run it again. Now you'll see, now you got to look at this output here. Let me bring this so you can see both at the same time. Okay, our first rule said substitute S with a dollar sign. So what it did is it went through and every S is replaced with a dollar sign. You'll notice this A right here has not been touched. See that A? It's not touched. Because this very first rule, which we processed the entire file using the first rule, said replace S with dollar sign. So we got all the S's there. And clients was our last one. Then we started again. And now we're doing the second rule, which replaced S with an at sign. So we're going through again, starting here, replacing every A with an at sign. You see every A is now an at sign. But the S's aren't touched.
It skipped assistance, though.
Where?
The first A in assistance.
That would be.
That's because it's a capital A.
It's case sensitive.
Case sensitive. Okay, so it did not get the S and the A at the same time because I don't have a rule telling me that. But I could make one. I could say, I could actually put these on the same line. Now watch what it does. So it actually went through and replaced every S with a dollar and every A with an at the same time. So this one didn't have an S, so we only got the A. But you see down here, it actually had S's and A's. So it got both. See that? But the problem with this is, what if the answer was only an S with a dollar sign. I don't have that rule anymore. Because the only rule I have right now is S with a dollar and A with an at the same time. Yes.
So how long would it take us to run this with all the rules enabled on everything in there?
What do you mean? You mean all the rules that come with it?
If I just ran it straight out with just everything that comes with it, how long
Oh.
would it take?
2 minutes? It won't take long at all.
Oh. So is there like a way you can set up to try every rule and every combination?
Yeah, and then you'll be there forever. Because think about it. First of all, there's single substitution. Is the S with an A, S with a dollar sign. But then you got to think of so now we have the S with a dollar sign and an A with an at. So that's a double. But now we could also do the S with a dollar and the A with an at and an L with a 1. So, but then so there could be an unlimited combination. Do not. I seriously, do not. Literally every semester somebody does this. They go in and see let me show you another option. You could say substitute an S with let's do this and a that. Okay. Now I'm saying substitute an S with a dollar sign and an ampersand. Is that an ampersand? Okay, let me save that. Watch what this one does. So what I did was, I went through, starting, this is the first, well, let's get rid of the first rule. Let's comment out the first rule so we can tell exactly what our new rule is doing. So went through and replaced every S with a dollar, and here's where it got done. Then it replaced every S with that symbol, that ampersand sign. So it went through, replaced everything with a dollar, and then everything with an ampersand. Understand that one? I literally every year have a student in Quinn says replace an A, then inside the square brackets puts every letter of the alphabet, including every number. Then they say replace a B with square brackets, and it gets exponentially longer. And the rule can only be so long. It will never break anything. There's a part of the assignment which I haven't got to yet, but I tell you right here, single letters only. How do I get rid of this stupid thing?
The little one go down and the little arrow in the middle.
That one?
Left. No, on the side. There you go. Keep going. Keep going.
There you go,
Okay.
go down.
Down.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Phew. Okay. I only did single letter substitution. In other words, the W, the letter W, I did not replace it with VV. That would be 2 letters. Okay? So don't think I took the number or the letter 8 and turned it on its side and put 2 zeros. That would be double. So they're all single letters. So an S with a dollar sign, an S with a 5, that kind of stuff. Okay? No single letter would replace with multiple. And I only did basic leet speech. Okay? And if you don't know what that is, you should know it from the last assignment now. But basically, it's really basic stuff. And I gave you a PowerPoint, which is up there. I gave you this one, word mangling. Now this actually does some double ones, which I did not do. But like an A could be replaced with a 4, or an @ sign, or nothing else. A B could be replaced with an 8. But I would not replace a B with a pipe and a 3. Understand that? So if it's not on this list, I didn't do it. But I only did the singles. So what could I replace a G with? A 6. Nothing else. So don't go in and substitute a G for a 2. It's not going to work, okay? I only did basic substitutions. An M. So what do you think I replaced an M with? Nothing. But I technically could replace it with W, which is an M upside down. I don't know if I did or not, because I'm not done yet. But, just basic ones. Okay, this is, yes.
But everything is on here.
I can't say that.
Okay.
Okay, I do not know. An M with a W. Okay, problem is Roy's making it. And Roy's kind of weird sometimes. But they're all single letter, and they make sense. I will not replace an M with an S, which is stupid.
So you're going to review it before he's finished with it.
It's like I review everyone. Okay.
Looks good.
Okay. Like an R, no, there's nothing there. But like an S could be an S or a 5. So just basic ones. Don't go crazy. Literally every single time somebody does that, and it's like, are you serious? And what I end up seeing is here's the exact rule. I'll go look at their machine, and they'll have replace an S with an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, blah, 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 1 through 9. And it's like, why would you? No, I mean, I'm not going to replace an S with an F. It's not going to happen. Everybody got that? Kind of important. Yes.
Are there any guidelines on the maximum numbers of characters that you have replaced in a single word? Like, you're not going to have a word that has like every single character replaced.
I give that to you. Okay. You will do single substitutions. You will do double substitutions. And that's actually on your on the document which I just closed. Great. It's on this one right here. The rules I'm using are single substitution, double, and triple. So no more than 3. Then a bunch of other little stuff. Okay? So a lot of them you're going to get right off. And we're going to walk through some of these demos here in a second. But I'm not going to do 4 substitutions or 5 substitutions or anything like that. Okay? So we're going to walk through those here in just a second. Okay? So, remember, don't give me a rule like this. That's stupid. It's not going to happen. Okay, now if you wanted to do SA with an at and a 4, that's totally acceptable. That's a good choice. Yes.
So if we took, if we like put this through like a word processing dealie like on Linux on my mind, to where it gave us every possible wheat speak combination of 3, 2, or 1,
But
would that take a turn?
it probably could work. Probably. Then what you could do is literally just make a dictionary of those results and run them as your dictionary.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but you got a 7,600 word dictionary.
Which isn't bad.
And every combination of every one of those words could be excessively large.
So no one's tried that.
No one's ever tried that. But you're kind of weird, so you might. Okay, he solved Stego in 1 day, pretty much, except for the extra credit.
Except for the extra credit.
Yeah, so. Everybody says, can I finish? I said, I could finish it in literally. The next day he was done. So I'm like, obviously it can be done. So, all right, so let's look at some other basic rules, okay? Okay, actually, I didn't show you one other thing. Now, I'm showing you with this std out thing, okay? Which is, when I run the command, it's outputting the results of the rules to the screen. Y'all got that? Okay. Now let me show you what happens when something actually works. Okay, I'm going to just use the first one only. Okay. I'm just going to do S, S with a $sign. So, that's what it did. It literally just did S with a $sign. Now my password, if you look, I saved my password, my hashes. Now in the document, at the bottom, I give you what the hashes will look like when they're done. That's actually one of them. It's the real one we're going to use. Well, yeah, I don't have the right dictionary, but yeah, that will work. So the way your quiz is going to look, let me explain that real quick. The quiz is all going to be randomly generated. So Patrick and you will get totally different questions. Okay, I'm going to give you all of the password. It's going to say password 1 in this hash through password 400 in this hash. I'm going to give that to you. But when you open up your quiz, it's going to say, Heather, you're doing password 5, password 32, password 89, and password 4, whatever. Pick out which ones are yours, and then just copy those hashes into a file, and only work on those. Everybody understand that? If you want to do all of them, that's fine with me. You don't need to, though. And this is the project, actually, where someone went on Craigslist and bought the answers from the guy in my office. So I actually bought it from Roy. So it was kind of fun.
Did you get a good price?
Only got $35.
But Roy made $35.
Yeah, he did.
I told you,
So
and
the
you're like,
Get to 0. No, at that point we had an elite password in there that could never be broken, and this student paid 10 extra bucks to get the elite password. So I asked the question, what's the rule did you use? No, they didn't know. Because Roy just gave them the answer. You didn't tell me how you got it. So when I asked the question, wow, it's amazing, how'd you get this? No, you're stupid. Didn't do it. So you're going to get the questions like that, and you're going to get the hashes. The way this is read is this is the username, and this is the hash. Okay? The salt is actually right there between those dollar signs. The salt for this one is actually 3.14 r squared. That's what Roy came up with. It's a stupid salt, but that's what he came up with. Okay? So that's the salt, and this is actually the hash for the password, but you run the entire thing through it. So that way the program knows to use this salt with this password and come up with the answer. Okay? Yes?
So we can open the quiz and close again and it won't affect anything else?
Well, don't do it yet because I haven't put them in there. Right, and the way the quiz will work is you open it and get all your questions, and then just save as you go. Just don't submit.
Because I think it was last semester in...
Yeah, I won't put a
security
time
commerce.
limit on it. You can open it as many times as you want.
When I was in security commerce, when I opened up the quiz and it closed it and it was like pending,
Yeah.
I couldn't access any of my content anymore.
I can't do that
Ooh,
today.
crap, that's a
You
good
can't-
idea.
You can't
That's-
access anything. It says, sorry, no notifications until.
Let me look and see. I might be able to allow notifications. That's a very good question.
That was bad. I was stuck for like 4 days. or
Okay,
something.
let me get them all made first. Roy's actually got some of them done. I just haven't them in here. Let me get them all made.
Could you like email them to us?
The problem is I'd have to open up the quiz for all 50 of you and print it out. I'm going to look into that, okay?
But no, he is correct. It still does that because when I open.
But I
it-
might have the option in the quiz itself to say don't lock out notifications and stuff.
The test options.
Yeah, I think I can with test options. I think I remember seeing that somewhere. I'm glad you brought that up though, because that's a
That was
biggie.
a horrible pain last semester.
Yeah, especially if you can work on this project for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I couldn't access any of my other courses. I couldn't access content.
Oh,
for
okay.
Anything.
I will make sure I fix that. Or come up with something. I don't know what. Something. I might have to do it. Well, no, if I open them then clear your submission, you'll get new questions. But I'll look into that. Okay. So basically it's all randomly chosen. Easy enough? Point is, I literally have had students, one person in the class did all the work, the other person just copied the answers. And it's like, what do you get out of that? Nothing. Okay, let's walk through some more demo of John real quick. Okay? Oh, we didn't see it break anything yet. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is my password file is actually called sample password. See it right there? That's where I have my hashes in. If I was to go over there and look, if I was to, actually I can just output the screen. That's what I have in there. I just have some samples. Okay? That's what's in my password file. You're going to make your own. You're going to take whichever ones you need and make it. Okay? Now, so I'm going to now replace std out with sample pass. No dashes. So it's going to run this command. Then for each one it runs, it's going to check it against the hash. So we're going to run it. And it says, it found something. It found the password for Ken. In other words, the very first one right here. The password for Ken is proofreading. Easy enough. Okay, so in other words, checking the word by itself is what it did. Now let's go in and get actually, let me run that again. This is kind of important. You got to watch this. See right here where it says Ken's password is proofreading? I'm going to run this again. What happened? Notice right here it says loaded 4. Now it says loaded 3. You see Ken's missing? Y'all see that? Because what it did is it saved it into a pot file, which is actually a golden dictionary. It knows the answer now. It's like, I've already done this. Why should I do it again? What's cool about this is, say you work in the police department. You've broken some passwords. You can actually share that password file with other people. That way they don't have to break them. It's kind of like your own personal golden dictionary. Where is it located? It's actually, now if you do ls, you can't see the directory. It's a hidden directory. If you change directory into John, spell John with John, now you see there's one called john.pot. Now if I do cat john.pot, it actually tells you that hash, which was the hash for Ken, is proofreading. See that? Because remember the other file had Ken in the hash. Now this says the hash is equal to proofreading. Everybody okay? Got that? So I'm going to delete it. Remove is how you delete it. It's gone. Already, it's gone now. So if I run the command again, now it breaks it again. Now it broke it again. Everybody understand the whole pot file? Okay. If you don't know where it's at, it's pretty easy. Go on Google and say, where does John store the pot file? I mean, it tells you. It's not hard. It's because they moved it. I didn't know. So I went on Google, typed it in, and it told me where it was at. I'm like, oh, sweet. Okay. So let's get another rule going. Let's get this next rule. Okay. So when I run this again, all I did was edit that rule and saved. Whoa, I got a different one. Ken's 2 password is proofreading with an @ sign. Now it didn't show the first one because it's already done. Now I can also type cat John to see the results. Because remember, all I did was tell it to cat, which means concatenate to the screen. .john, which means in the directory .john / john.pot, and it showed me the results. So there you go. I got 2 of them already. Just so happens I know what they are. So what's this rule saying?
It's changing all the O's to zeros.
Okay, O's to zeros. Let's try this guy. Oh, look at that. Ken 3 is proofreading with O or 00. Now if I want to make sure it's in my pot file, there it is. Easy enough. And just so happens I got this other one needed here. Okay. I'm going to go up in here, run it again. Oh, look at that. I got proofreading, which is O's and ats. There it is. There's the results. Everybody see how this is working so far? Pretty simple to do. Now, again, if I run it again, it's not going to show me anything. Why didn't it show me anything?
Because you've already found them all.
I've already found them. Now, if I want to delete them, find the delete command. There it is. Now run it again.
No, you have to remove. You have to do the remove from the directory because right now
Oh.
it's saying that you're still in your directory.
Yeah, now it's gone. Now I broke all 4. Easy enough to do? Now let's look at some of the commands. All right, let's just pick a couple. We're not going to see if they break them because I don't have them in my thing. Okay, substitution. Substitute X with Y. Substitute A with an @ We've done that one already. Everybody okay with that one? Watch last year's recording. I'll go through every one of these in great detail as well. So what this says, substitute D for F. So dog becomes fog. Easy enough? Okay, insert. So I1R says insert at position 1 an R. But like a string, it starts with 0. So fog becomes frog because the F is actually position 0. So position 1 is actually at the O. So it's going to insert the R between the F and the O. Becomes frog. Easy enough? There's substitution. Reject rules. You do not need it this semester. But you can tell it to skip certain ones. Okay? So you can tell it to, in the past what I did was I had a dictionary that had uppercase or lowercase letters and you only had to work with certain ones of those. You don't need that anymore. Okay? You watch the example on the video. I show you walk that through there. I want to look at a couple ones here. Again, I don't walk through all of them. Here's rotate. Let's see what rotate does. Okay. So I'm going to go to my file here. I'm going to put a rule. We're going to get rid of all these because they're not important anymore. And the rule is just that. Now I'm going to run this command. I'm going to do std out so I can see the results on the screen. See what it did? It rotated. So departed became de-depart. It basically took the ending letter and put it at the beginning. Does anyone have any weird passwords like that they use? Yeah. I mean, you know, I've done that. Did you ever put your fingers on a keyboard and you're accidentally off by a row? That's actually a really good password. I had a guy when I worked at Tinker who actually had his password written on a sticky note on his monitor. No one could ever get in. He remapped his keyboard to Dvorak. So literally that password when he typed it, but his keyboard was mapped into a different language, so it really wasn't the same word anymore. We could never get in. Okay, so that's rotate. Now if I do it the other way, obviously we know what happens. Goes the other way. Easy enough. Everybody see that? They rotated the other way. Okay, let's look at a couple more. Delete. We can delete a character. Plural. Let's look at the P. Let's just do a P. I just don't have too much time. I don't want to walk through all these. So I'm going to replace this with a P. Pluralize. Some commands might be important to know. I'm just saying. Okay, so departed becomes departeds.
Don't look at me like that.
Technicals, okay, writings, copyrighted becomes copywritings. No, copywriting was the first one, that's right. Becomes copywritings. Okay? So far so good, everybody with me, how this works? Okay, let's look at another rule. Let's do it with an I. That's the capital I, by the way. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to put a capital I. So now instead of pluralizing with an S, we pluralized with an I. So copyrighted becomes copyrighteding. Copyrighteding. I don't know, that's weird. But, everybody see that? So far so good? Everybody with me? Yes? Hopefully? If not, it's too bad. We're going on anyway. Is that it? Okay. So, I just went over a couple of the rules, and you can look at, I mean, there's tons more. If you go to openwall.org, there's a ton. Literally, if you go up here and you type John the Ripper, it's going to say go to openwall.org, and there it is. Openwall.com, I'm sorry. And if I go up here and if I type John the Ripper rule or command. Okay, here we go. It's going to tell me every possible command I could ever want. Okay. There's all the uses examples. Tons and tons of information about John the Ripper. It's very. This is the same exact rule file that StakeBreak uses and other tools use. Now, if you want to, which I'm not going to demo for you, but if you want to, inside your Kali image, under password attacks, there's actually Johnny. Johnny is the GUI version of John the Ripper. Okay? You could go in here and you could open up the password file, and let's open other, it's going to be a passwd format. It's going to be right here. So you literally could open it up, and it'll show it to you. So yeah, you can very easily use this one if you like as well. Okay? I'm not going to demo the whole thing, but play around with it, because obviously it does work. Gives you some of them. Okay? And I think it'll actually keep it so you can see it when it's done. Okay? Ooh, let's guess password. Nope, that's stupid. Let's do start new day. But yeah, play with this. Again, we haven't done much with it, but there's all kinds of options you can do on here. There's just a million things. Now, there's a possibility, a very good possibility, that I'm going to give you more than just 75. I'll probably give you some SHA-1 and some LM or NTLM passwords. John the Ripper will auto-detect and do them as well. So it's not going to be an issue for you. And actually, NTLM breaks 10 times quicker. But no one uses it anymore. It's stupid. So, but play with this one if you want. It's called Johnny. It's up there. I expect to have your homework up there in a day or two. But start playing with the program so you know how to work. You have until 2 weeks from now to do it. Okay? I'm just not feeling great today, so if I'm not around tomorrow, I probably won't finish until the next day. Okay. All I really have to do is dump into the quiz and fix that issue you brought up, which I'm so glad you did, because that's really going to cause an issue if I don't, especially with the 2-week project. So we'll come up with something for it. So, any questions on how this works? If you want to do it on Windows, just download it. It's actually inside your virtual machine. It's inside your Windows virtual machine. You can use it no problem. It's also under the software needed folder. It's already there. You can use that. Instead of john.conf, it's called john.ini. Easy enough to use. It works exactly the same way. You cannot double click on it. You got to type it at the command line. Have we got all this? Super easy, no question.
How you install it is you move the
Oh,
folder
just
to the
unzip
C
it.
drive.
Yeah, just unzip it to your C drive. I recommend put it at the root of your C drive, and it just works. It's
I
literally
figured that out.
okay. Now I did put a couple commands in here. Let me show you these real quick. Up at the top here, I said generate your word. I said the command that should work is, notice the should. It worked for me, but we're finding that some of you not so much. So again,
So
the
if
command
you run this strictly
that
on
should work for
Windows,
John.
How would you get cool to work?
You wouldn't. There are other tools available.
Okay. So
Yeah.
just do a Google search.
Yeah.
for
See, I'm just,
this.
Kelly is just like amazing. I'm trying to get you guys to play with it more because I know he uses it all the time. Yeah, but so, well, get over your issue. Tell him to fix it for you. I
It
mean,
won't let me log in. It says its connection failed.
so remember, if you're on the private network, you can't get in. You know
I'm
that.
on the public network.
Okay. This whole STD out. Remember, it needs 2 dashes in front of it. Remember, that's the typo on my part. Everybody okay with that? Everybody got that? Remember, it's dash dash STD out, just like I had in right there. Dash dash STD out. Okay? All right, and I think the rest are pretty much good. And these are the rules you need to mess with. Okay? I did not use, and I will tell you the rules this time I think are easier. But
Yeah, this
now,
is a new
let's see.
version of this.
All right, let me stop recording.